Thank you for staying with us. This is still Morning Spring on Western Spring Television, where we bring you the best conversations, the best analysis. Um, all around the world, we talk about security. Security is serious business. And right here at Western Spring Television, we also do not play with security. Coming to security in Osun State, a lot has been happening. We've seen some reports in the news lately about the security situation in the state. Just last week, we saw a report that a member of the Amotekun Corps was killed by some, attackers, and another one also missing. We'll be looking into that in this segment of the program as we talk about security generally in Osun State, security threats in Osun State. Are the people safe? Should the people be worried? And what are the security agencies doing about that? Joining us on the conversation this morning is Chief Honorable Dr. Adekunle Omoyele, who is the Corps Commander of Osun Amotekun Corps.
Yeah.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program today.
Good morning for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Let me start from this point. You are the Corps Commander of Amotekun in Osun State. We saw a report last week claiming that a member of your corps was actually killed by some men who attacked him. We understand that it was actually shot, according to the report we saw, that it was actually shot at, it didn't penetrate. Then he was attacked with machetes and he died on the spot. We also learned that, someone else too was actually missing, maybe kidnapped or cannot be accounted for. So I really like to hear from you. What do you have to say about the whole situation?
I want to say that we are not relenting in our efforts to combat criminal activities in the state. And, we just rolled in some cadets some few weeks ago. When we look at the strength of the security of Amotekun in Osun State, the governor now said we should do some recruitment because we met averagely of 300 men on board when we came in, when I was appointed as the corps commander. So this make, I told the governor, His Excellency, Governor Asiwaju of Ede, Nuruddin Jackson Ademola Adeleke, that this strength cannot take us to anywhere because he makes me to move around all the local government then. So moving around the local government, I was able to see the number that is a peanut. We have averagely of 5, 4, 3 in some local government. How do we cope crime in this type of situation? So when he gave us the leverage to go on, so we sought for men in all the local governments in the states. That is the 31 local government we have. I'm talking of Modakeke as the 31. So they gave us able men that would train for 3 weeks at NYC camp here. So the training was a fortified one because the men who came for the training were able to see that they have the best because we drawn out people from those people who knows about security. We drawn them for the training. It was chaired by one of our AIG, retired AIG, Fimehan Olaoye. So he was a consultant. So we brought in him with his team and other teams like that, that trained them in weapon handling, parade, and all form of training that they have there. So passing out, we were able to get a reasonable number of 1,150 to complement the 300 that we have on grant. So you could see that the governor is interested in security at the state of Osun. So going back to your question, we have predominantly a lot of boundary dispute issues in Osun. It's not peculiar to Iwo. We have in Kuta area. We have in Araromi, that is in Ife. So we have in Ilobu, that is, you even know of the news. We have that one in Iwo. So what happens there is we have two villages that is boundary with Oyo State. So those two villages, we call them Oguro and Papa. So when I came into the office as the corps commander, I was inaugurated into a committee, a committee of 18 men. So I was one of them. That we went then, that is last year, to Iwo to go and see the boundary that they are talking about. Because then they told us that the people in that villages has fled away because of invasion from Oyo State, from a notorious talk that normally comes there and bombars them. So when we got to the village, it is an eyesore because some schools were demolished, a palace was destroyed, maternity were destroyed in most of these villages. So there's no life living there again. It was deserted. So the committee went back and wrote reports that actually this area belongs to Osun State because of the structure we made on ground. Even the pinnacle, that is the pillar that was there during Governor Lagunsoye, was still there where they demarcated Oyo from Osun. So that pillar, I don't think Anaculus can remove it. So it was there. We take the picture of that pillar that shows clearly that that is where Osun State boundary lies. So the commission headed by the retired justice now gave this report to the governor. I think the governor met with the governor of Oyo State and they deliberate over the issue. So since then, we have not been having issues. Not on recently, when the farmer cried woe that they were having attack from Oyo State again. Why? When the issue has been coming to resolve this, the attack was serious. Why some people were not even seen, but they were later recovered. So this makes us to send our men to be on standby at the boundary area at Iwo. So everything has been going on because they were escorting all these farmers to their farm.
All right, Chief Honorable Omoyele, because of time, as corps commander of Amotekun in Osun State, what are the peculiar challenges you are facing, your security architecture is facing? What challenges basically are you facing, and what are the major security threats that you see in the state, and what efforts are you making to mitigate them?
I will not say we are not facing challenges. One of the challenges is what we have addressed. That is issue of numbers. That is the strength. So we are able to solve that. The other thing that we are looking at, because all those things that I wrote to the governor, is about technology. How we can move with modern technologies. Because all these criminals that you are seeing, they move with time. When you are tracking them, they know because they have become sophisticated. So we too are looking for a way of bringing them down.
Sorry to cut in, Chief Omoyele. You talked about technology. I would like you to be specific. What kind of technology are you talking about here? Are you talking about CCTVs or just be specific? What kind of technology? How do you hope to improve Amotekun in Osun State?
That is what I'm talking about. We have started installing CCTV around the call centers. That is the commercial areas where we know that crime is prevalent. So the governor has given the ICTs, that is the Commissioner in charge of ICT to do that, and they are working on it seriously. Because I can see that among it is when issues happened, how would somebody in distress will get to Amatekun or other security agencies? So they are working seriously on it now, because I made sure I cannot work where in an environment where I will fail. So I monitored it. Recently, the CCTV will soon come into light, because they are doing it gradually, because of the road network that they are doing. They have to, a little problem is arising, because where they are laying their pipe, at times the works will go to that place and they will stop. So we will have, maybe by the time the completion of the road is, you will see most of these, because we have gotten a center in Okefia where we will monitor all these criminal activities. Ife, Ilesha, Iwo, all those things have been penciled down. They are doing it. So we have a free toll call, where whether you have credit on your phone, whether you don't have credit on your phone, immediately you put a call through that code number. We are testing it, and we don't want people to abuse it. Before we will have, I will have tell you the number here now, because people will be abusing it. They will not allow these people to finish their work. But immediately you call that number now, whether you are in the forest, it will get to the control center. Even if you don't have time to speak, to tell us that this is what is happening. At times when you pick up your phone, a criminal will snatch it from you, so that you will not complete your statement. So from there, immediately you call, there is a tracking device that will take our men to the place. And it has been working wonderfully through the demo that we are putting in place. So technology in that area, in that aspect, is what we are talking about.
All right, Chief. Let's talk about the recent attack in Iwo community now on one of your operatives, and the killing on one of your operatives, rather. What does it say about your adversaries, about your attackers, about these actors? Are they better equipped than you? Are they more organized than you? Are they more sophisticated? Are they more prepared than your people?
Let me tell you, they are not so organized. If you have seen where a criminal operates, I will give you an instance. Let us say banking robbery. You see that they will look at their time. They will not spend more than the time they want to stay in that area, and they will fly. So if they are organized, they will have stay and be confident in that place. So exactly that is what happened on that day. These people ambush our men, and when I got to that scene, I look at it that this person that has just died, he lays life for this country, because it was a thick forest. At the both sides, you see, we are walking on a footpath. Even it's only a motorcycle that can pass through. So that very day, they were going on a motorbike, about 6 of them, three on a bike. When these people came out from the bush and they started firing on them, I didn't mean it is a thing that they stay in the front and they allow them to come down. They will have not.
So it was an ambush.
It's an ambush. It's a serious ambush. And this guy tried all that he could, but because of their number, there were so many on him. That's why they are able to get in that.
Well, Amatekun is a local security network. And then you talked about technology.
Yes.
Well, in line with technology, my colleague rightly said that, this operative was shot at and it was not successful until machete was used on him. What other fortification? I mean, are you planning? I'm not saying you should tell us, what this entails, but are there other fortification that you are supposed to do or that you do for your people, in line with other technology gadgets or apparatuses?
What I want to tell you is, if the Yoruba has an adage, they said, if you do not fall, you will not know how to prepare your load. So this has given us a serious lesson. We have taken a very serious correction on his death. One is, apart from going with 3 or 4, we will not take that chance again. What we actually is going to do is, when we are going on such an operation, at least we mobilize very well. Because what we think is, because of the serenity of the area and that the criminal knows that we are there. And over 3 weeks ago, everything has been calm. That is why they thought it wise to go like that. But now, it will not happen that way again.
All right. All right, Chief Honorable Omoyele. I would like to ask, so far, what is your working relationship with other security agencies like the police, Nigeria Police, and the Vigilante Group of Nigeria, VGN? What's the working relationship like?
You know, since Amatekun is a regional security setup, so we are set up to complement the work of the police and other security agencies. We are not standing as a number that is not having other numbers behind him. So we are seriously working together, the police and Amatekun. I just left the police after 35 years. So, and it's an added advantage for me, for what the police did not know about Amatekun or what I did not know about Amatekun. So I go to some of the DPO, the area commander, and let them know that we are complementing their effort, not that we are taking over.
Not competing.
Yes.
So basically, do you share intelligence with them?
Yes. I will tell you something, that we have a meeting that we held every month in the office of the governor. All the service chiefs in Osun State will be in attendance, including me. So we share idea, intelligence, and other things that is affecting our men. And after that, we submit it to the governor. So from that meeting, everybody have we could become friends, because we share things together in the meeting. After the meeting, we eat together and dine together. So it means there is nothing that will go wrong within an organization, whether it's NDLA, custom, migration, or road safety, that I will not know. So, and if their men misbehave, or if everything happens, immediately I put a call to the commissioner of police, and immediately we take action. Instead of, before, you see police, soldier, immigration having a rancor. You could have seen that now. It has subscribed. You can't see that again, because we know the appropriate person to call to stem down the issue. Even when the issue of this NSDC happened the other time with the police, you see that people were thinking the NSDC will go and ravage the police station. But everything, they called them to order, and the hearing officers were disciplined. So that is what is there now, the very tight synergy we have within ourselves.
All right. How well have you been employing the media, to curb uprisings like the ones, or to curb uprisings, around communal clashes and all of those issues? We heard the media was there, to publicize what happened with your, operation right there in the war after the killing and all of that. But how do you employ the media, or have you been employing the media, to curb uprisings like that, or to give notifications, or to, propagate your own cause, within the Amotekun Corps?
I would say I love the media in Osun State. I know these are the people I'm seeing every day. They were so cordial, and they are so useful and helpful. Immediately anything happens, and they come to us. We share the story with them, and you will see how they will carry the story.
Mm.
So they have been so superb, as I would say, because since my inception as the corps commander in Osun State,
Mm.
any of our activities, we call them, and they come to record it and take it to the air, and people see it.
Mm.
So even when we are doing the passing out parade, even before the passing out parade, they came twice to the camp when they were hearing some agitation that some people said they send them away, they do this. They come to cover it, and they see the truth. That these people that are crying wolf, that they were sent away, they saw they have some the deformity that cannot match up with the job of Amatekun.
Mm.
A woman brought in whether a 7 years old and 7 days old baby to the camp. Before we know, he was putting the baby, he will wrap the baby and put it under the tree. He will go for the test. So when people notice it, they say, who is the owner? He say, why are you carrying a small baby to this camp? He say, because you want a job. The job, you can look for it, but what of the life of this baby? So he was advised to go and take care of this baby. So some with epilepsy that was rolling on the ground when they were doing, who we employ this type of people? So when the media, the pressmen, when they came, they were able to see that what we are doing is the right thing. So when we are doing the right thing, I think the public, when we are doing the wrong thing, they come and ask us.
All right. All right, Honorable Chief Omoyele. As Corps Commander of Amatekun Osun State, I'd like to know what are the threats? How would you rate, first of all, in two parts? First of all, how would you rate the current security situation in Osun State? That's number one. Number two, are there security flashpoints that residents of Osun State should be wary of, and what should they do in such cases?
You see, in Osun State, like other states, we have a porous border, and we are able to monitor the borders. We have a seminar about 3 weeks ago that will call on the notable traditional rulers and their chiefs to where we have the seminar, and we're able to tell them to highlight on how we can these borders that we're talking about, how we can police the border. So most of them gave a very reasonable ideas, and we're able to jot it down. You see, all those borders cross across the state, but we are so lucky in Osun that all these borders we are talking about, some people are shedding, like in Osun now, we have the Kwara before us here. We have Ondo before us here. We have Ekiti. So they are surrounding us. We are not so much exposed. So before anything now will happen, before they will now infiltrate into Osun, what we do is because of the number of men we are having now, we have gotten a way of checkmating anybody who wanted to come and do anything in our state. So we are doing that. Even within the community, we have told them to have zones. So that we will have zones, when you are calling on distress call, we're able to know which zone and where we are going to go. So all this lecture we have been giving to people in the states, so that the security job is everybody's job, not only to police or Amatekun. So no flashpoints now that we are talking about. Where we know that is a flashpoint is our forest. And our men that we are just recruiting now, they are from that local government. They are from that area. So they know where even very things happening. We got a report recently that some Fulani, part of Ife, that they were trying to meet with one monarch so that they will settle there. We have advised the monarch, you cannot do that without informing the government. so that if anything is happening there, we will be taken responsible. We take you as the first suspect. But if you inform the government, we have a section in the government office here. That is nomadic. One SSA is there, who is responsible to see the influx of Fulani men in Osun State. And we have called on the Serikis of those Fulani in the states, even their chairman in Osun State. He came to my office and I told him, if you see those who you know that they are not the real Fulani that is coming, that they are not in Osun pastorized, doing this S-men, let us know, so that we give, not that we are chasing people away from Osun, but you cannot just come here with the fact that you want to rear your or grazing your animal and cause menace in Osun State. It will not give room for that.
All right.
So in line with the tool line that you said, when will we be ready? What should the people of Osun be expecting from Amotekun Corps regarding the security climate in Osun in the coming days?
The people of Osun should assist us too, and we are going to give the best, as I'm telling you. We are going to give the best because governor is doing everything to give us the best. So why the people will not assist us? So I want them to really do their best in giving us information. If when I was in the police, people thought giving information they will be exposed. Not in Amotekun.
All right.
Yes.
All right. We really have to go now. Thank you so much. We've been speaking with Chief Honorable Adekunle Omoyele, Corps Commander of Osun Amotekun Corps. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And thank you to all our esteemed viewers. This is Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. We do this every day. Don't forget you can check out this conversation on our social media handles. Most importantly, on YouTube. We're also on Facebook, on X, and on Instagram. We'll bring a fresh edition of the program tomorrow. Emeka Daniel is my name. Thank you once again for joining us.
And until tomorrow, I remain to meet up with Ajijola Oluola. Thanks for joining us today. Bye-bye.